and when they take place. Good morning, and thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Patrick McKee.
I'm Jenna Zibton, and a lot of the snow melted in the last 24 hours.
Good to see that going. Live look for you this morning where we're seeing things on the dry side for it.
A Roanoke teenage mother is facing attempted murder charges after an officer found her newborn in a closed plastic container. It happened a week ago at a home in the 200 block of Harrison Avenue. A search warrant says the girl gave birth that morning and texted someone a picture of the baby. That person showed the picture to a school resource officer. Police and EMS workers went to the house and took the baby to the hospital. The mother is currently in juvenile detention.
503
Commonwealth, the major development that will help clear the backlog of untested rape kits. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jenna Zibton.
And I'm Patrick McKee. Happy Friday Eve to you, almost to the end of this week. And finally, outside, some improvements and much less white around.
Yeah, I would say probably 75%, at least in Roanoke City. On my drive-in, melted.
Gone
over
away.
The last 24 hours. This is a live look at Blacksburg from our Virginia Tech Skycam, where you don't see much snow on the ground there either. And Christina, we are going to be in the 60s today.
Yes, already starting out in the 50s in some.
Dozens of mental health workers and child advocates are urging Governor Terry Mcauliffe to spare the life of a convicted killer scheduled to be executed next week. More than 50 people sent a letter to the governor this week asking him to support Ricky Gray's request to have his sentence reduced to life in prison. Gray's attorneys say he was raped repeatedly by his brother as a child and started using drugs to deal with the effects of abuse. Gray claims he was high and doesn't remember much about the family in Richmond in 2006. New this morning, Roanoke City Schools hired its first teacher for the next school year in November and is looking to hire more. The school system's Human Resources Executive Director says the school board will meet over the next couple of months to talk about creative ways to attract and retain teachers. Some ideas being talked about are paying some student loans for new teachers, help people from out of the area relocate, examining the bonus structure that's already been in place for the last few years, and giving hard-to-recruit teachers in math, science, and special education a bonus, and turning to their own workforce.
Are there ways that we can help support those who are not teachers who want to become teachers, particularly when we look at our teaching assistant staff and our instructional assistant staff, folks who may already have a four-year degree but haven't yet have the wherewithal, the funds, to go forward.
They also plan to look at different areas to recruit, expanding outside of Virginia, North Carolina, and West Virginia. There are several job fairs coming up. We have those details posted on our website, WSLS.com, and the WSLS 10 mobile app.
5:36 now, and the Virginia Tech hockey team is celebrating its 23rd year playing in the Star City. And over the past 2 decades, a whole lot's changed.
The club team has been growing and working to bring more fans from the Roanoke Valley to games. WSLS 10's Aaron Brookshire joins us live from the Berglund Center in Roanoke this morning. And what are they doing to keep up with the changes, Aaron?
Good morning. Yes, this is where the hockey team plays here at.
Thanks, Aaron. Most schools in Southside reopened today on a 2-hour delay after being closed the last 3 days because of snow. Halifax County schools are still closed and on Employee Code 3. The cold temperatures prevented snow and ice on the roads from melting, but students and social media have helped.
The Henry County School District's transportation supervisor said.
In Richmond, Bree Jackson, WSLS 10.
New overnight, after more than 7 hours of amendment votes, the Senate passed a budget mechanism allowing congressional Republicans to repeal the Affordable Care Act with a simple majority. The measure passed just before 1:30 this morning with a vote of 51-48. It now goes to the House. This measure is just the first step towards the repeal of Obamacare, a process that will likely take weeks, if not months. The House is slated to vote on the measure Friday. Some Republicans concerned about setting the repeal effort in motion without a better idea of the replacement plan.
3 Trump nominees are up for confirmation hearings in Washington. You're asked to call police.
A Roanoke teenage mother is facing attempted murder charges after an officer found her newborn in a closed plastic container. It happened a week ago at a home in the 200 block of Harrison Avenue. A search warrant states the girl gave birth that morning and texted someone a picture of the baby. That person showed the picture to a school resource officer. Police and EMS went to the house and took the baby to the hospital. The mother is currently in juvenile detention.
The Roanoke Valley SPCA